Hey all, it's Robyn from Water Moon Tarot, and I'm here to do our 5th video in my series of 12 moon sign videos, and we have come to the sign of Leo. So, moon in Leo. Leo is a fire sign, it's a fixed sign, and it's a masculine sign. So in the position of the moon, there's a fixity and an energy to it. Leo is ruled by the sun. So if we think about the sun, it is shining, it is full of energy, it is magnetic, and it's warm and it's inviting. And those are all characteristics that Leo does have. If you think about the lion, you think about it being fierce and strong and dominant and confident and all of those things, which is associated with, you know, that animal who literally is the king of the jungle. So if you put these two things together, you know, like the strength of the sun with like that dominance and king of the jungle type attitude, you have a fair idea of where I'm going now with like the moon in Leo as to their type of personality. So they are very warm, they are outgoing, they are gregarious, they're talkative, they're inviting. You see a Leo, they're gonna say, hey, I'm so happy to see you, and they're gonna give you a big hug, and it's going to be so warm, and you're going to be like, wow, I'm so important. And they really have an ease with making people feel important and loved and all of that good stuff. They're definitely fun to be around. They're just an all-around kind of magnetic type of personality, and for this reason, very often Moon and Leos will become or have aspirations, at least, to be celebrities. They love to be the center of attention. They love to have other people kind of like watch them. It's very important that they like shine like the sun, you know. So there's a lot of Moon and Leo celebrities that are like actors or you know, on TV or in movies and stuff like that, or are performers of some type. They're singers or dancers or whatever, you know. Those types of things are really important to them. They love to be the center of things. On the flip side of that, because they love to be the center of things, very often they are kind of self-centered, you know, because and it's not even like I'm better than you. It's not even like they're looking down on other people. It's not that at all. They literally think that they're amazing. They have this self-confidence that's like beaming out of them, that's just natural. They think that they're the best. And a lot of people will agree that they're like really cool, they're good, you know, like, oh, I want to hang out with that person, they're super fun and nice and warm and, you know, interesting. But sometimes Leo could not think of other people because they're so centered on themselves, how they look, how they're being, what they have, and stuff like that. So in that way, Leo can be very showy. They like to have things to say, like, look what I have, like, you know, like, look at me. They love to have like big hair, like the lion's mane. Their hair is very important to them. how it looks. They often have very beautiful hair, long manes, shiny. They take very good care of their hair. That's something that's like very important to them. Very often how they dress is very important to them. They always want to look their best. They're never going to be the type of person that you see at the corner store in their like pajamas. They have way too much pride for that. Somebody might see them or something, you know. How they look is very important, and that goes as far as, you know, sometimes there could be a hint of even like dishonesty about them too, because they will never really reveal, or they will never really accept things that aren't going so well. So I don't know if it's like denial or dishonesty, but it's very important that they show that they're doing good, that the people that they love are doing good, that they're successful, that, you know, so a lot of the time they could overextend themselves in certain ways, you know, charge it on the card, you know, I want this new whatever and it's gonna look good, and even though they can't really afford it or whatever, like things like that. They are fierce competitors. They love to compete and they want to be the best at it, and they believe that they are the best at it. So whatever it is that they do, they're going to put a lot of energy into being the best, which leads them to be oftentimes in sports. They love sports, the men and the women. They like to participate in it, and they also like to watch it. And that's physical, you know, like activity and things like that. Sports especially is something of great interest to them. They love to compete and they want to be number one in pretty much anything and everything, and even if they're not number one, they think they are. So that's a good thing about Leo. They're super positive, they're super optimistic, but sometimes overly positive and overly optimistic, and they're not necessarily practical about things. They have these huge ideas and dreams and goals and accomplishments, which is amazing. But sometimes it's like misguided because they haven't put the effort that's required, you know, and the time and the patience. Like they want it like now, you know, they don't have like the patience. They think that they deserve all of this now, you know. They love the luxuries in life. They like fine things. They like expensive things. They have good taste. They like to be wearing beautiful clothing. Very often they love jewelry, the good stuff, and even like beads and things like that. Very often you'll see Leo men and women, they'll have, you know, bead necklaces and lots of bracelets and rings and diamonds, and they love to adorn themselves with like luxurious things, and they also like to surround themselves with luxurious things. They like, you know, a beautiful house and nice interiors and quality stuff, which they believe they deserve the best and they want only the best. And that goes for them also in relationships. When they're choosing their partners, they want the best partner, and their partner's almost like an extension of themselves, that how their partner looks and is and stuff is a direct extent, you know, reflection of them. So very often they leap into things. They're also very like loving and warm, and they love to be in love, and they leap into things without like knowing, you know, thinking. And I've seen a lot of Moon and Leos that have been divorced and remarried and divorced and remarried a lot of times, just because they're constantly searching for that person, but they don't necessarily see things as they truly are. They see things with this always this optimistic, you know, veil, you know, to things. And when it's sometimes obvious to other people that, you know, maybe that's not the best idea or whatever, I mean, they're stubborn. You can't change their mind. No, this is I love them, and I'm doing this, and I'm happy, and you know. So in general, they're extremely fun people. They're protective of the people that they love. They'll even physically protect people that they love. I've known a lot of Moon and Leos that, like, you don't, you know, screw around with them or the people that they love. They will come in like the lion that they are and protect their cubs, and come in and fight them off physically. They can very often be physical fighters. They love to, you know, assert their dominance, and to let it be known that they won't accept, you know, any screwing around with them. Basically, they are a force to be reckoned with a lot of the time. So of course, this is all changeable depending on your sun and your other planets, but in general, Leo influence is going to be a lot like that. Their feelings are passionate. They're passionate about everything that they do. Everything has a lot of energy behind it, and hard to change their mind with the stubbornness. And that's just a quick overview of the Moon in Leo. If you found this interesting, if it sounds like you, if you have any comments or feedback or whatever, I would love to hear it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be coming to you guys next with the Moon in Virgo, and we're going to be halfway through the wheel then. Yay! Okay, bye.